Hey guys, Manoj Agarwal and Phil here again. So, as we said earlier, we want to quickly touch base on security, especially security of your home systems. And as you are connecting to your office environments, how can you make sure that connection is secure and there is no chance of anybody sniffing any data, any important information? It's very important. So, we'll quickly chat about that. Phil, do you want to say a few words before we
Yeah,
continue?
sure. So look, we're all working from home, or most of us are trying to do what we can to work from home at the moment, and we're transmitting data and having conversations and taking details that usually wouldn't be, such sensitive information would not usually be coming into our homes. We need to be protected for that. We need to be aware that most of us have normal home routers set up on basic settings, and you need to take a look at what you can do to protect yourself. I personally use NordVPN. They have some fantastic deals for both monthly and the yearly deal, and they're really good at providing some additional protection for you as well. Plus, while you're sat at home, that VPN is also quite useful for watching certain movie streaming channels in different regions. Just saying.
Yeah.
But it's useful for security, and that's ultimately why it's there. You have to have a look at what your settings are on your home router. Have a look at the manual and see how to access that. There's usually an IP address you can search on your browser to access your router. And you need to just change up the settings. Make sure there's a hard password on there. Make sure you know which devices are connected to your router. And if you don't know the device, disconnect it. Just be vigilant is what I'd say.
Yeah. The mostly we have firewall built into the wireless router. So the problem is that a lot of times we just buy the router and we just plug it in and we leave it there. So uh, my recommendation will be look into your owner's manual, or as Phil said, log into your router and see if there is any update security patches available. It'll be a good time to make sure that it's secure. And if you want to take
Absolutely.
it one step further and actually protect your entire network, so let's say if you're working from home and you have a bunch of computers, there are some firewalls, in enterprise grade firewalls. Some of them are, many of them are free. It involves a little bit more sort of knowledge about the network and everything. But if you do want to venture into that and secure your network, I will highly recommend. There's a firewall called PF Sense, P as in Peter and F as in fruit. Sense, PF Sense, and it's completely free. You can download the ISO, install it on your machine. Like even if you have a very old machine lying around, like a Pentium or whatever, it's a Linux-based firewall. It doesn't consume a lot of resources, so that's something that I'll recommend. And as Phil said, you have other options as well, VPN, software firewalls.
Yep.
The key here is to just be aware that this is a high risk time right now.
Agreed.
And just be aware of not connecting to public Wi-Fi and things of that
Yep.
nature, because let's face it, like everybody's on the edge right now, and it's just not secure. So
Well,
we
the last thing you need is to lose your job and your source of income because of some sort of data breach, or worse, to lose your details and end up being hurt financially because you didn't take the right precautions. Speaking of the finances and the money side, we'll talk about this during our webinar on Friday as well. We'll drop a link in the comments below after the live. If you haven't already signed up, feel free to do so. There's going to be loads of useful info in there. One of the things that we will be talking about is Revolut Bank. There's lots of online banks. They are who I use for most of our international business, and they are phenomenal. We also have some incredible discounts, upgrades, lovely free stuff to talk about regarding them on this Friday during the webinar. So be sure to check that out. But check out something like Revolut or something similar in terms of how you're going to get paid. Storing your money digitally, being able to transfer money between different currencies, being able to get paid is going to be so important in this global world. Yes, we can apply skill sets that we know. Yes, we can be part of the remote working revolution. Maybe even you've got a strategy to go and win some clients. Maybe you're fortunate enough to know how to do that. How are you going to get paid? The bank charges for transferring internationally are exorbitant, sorry, don't know the word. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep your hands on as much of that profit you're making as possible. And I can highly recommend people like Revolut to be able to do that.
So there are a couple of questions here quickly. You can ask questions, whether you watch it live or you watch it on replay. Please drop your questions. We'll address them. So
Sure.
one thing is, where have you been, Slide Nerd? It's been a long time. Well, we know it's been a long time. We've been strategizing on. We were planning a big launch later this year with the new
Yeah.
content. I've been publishing some new content after a few weeks, but this whole coronavirus thing has obviously shifted our entire world, for the lack of a better word here. So we are adjusting on the fly, and we thought that this is an urgent need, that we want to support the community, and that's why we are ramping up our efforts to bring you this content, which I hope you find it timely. I use Bitdefender antivirus and Chrome browser on my devices. So antivirus will protect you if there's a malicious virus. Virus is a loaded word these days. But if a virus enters your network, it may harm your network. But the point of a firewall is to stop that virus from entering into your network in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So antivirus will protect you once something is in your network, and firewall will protect it from entering into your network. So try to understand. I hope that you will be able to understand the difference. And if not, if you need any help, please drop in your question, and we'll be able to clarify that. Okay.
I also use Clean My Mac. They have a free version and they have a premium version. It's really good at getting rid of any of the stuff that does just so happen to slip through, or any pieces of software you might have downloaded for Mac, of course, that are proving problematic. So definitely check that out. Hope to see you on Friday. I hope you join us. There is going to be a lot of information. The plan for Friday, just to kind of give you a bit of meat on the bones, is to try and just help people get ready. We've both been doing this separately and in some projects together for just over 18 months now, but it's helping individuals and businesses get ready for this remote working revolution. I mean, we had absolutely no idea that something like this would happen and the whole world would have to be at home working remote. But what we're trying to do is just help as many people as possible with the information that we've gathered, the insights from industry experts that we work with, and just the strategies that we're using ourselves that are working, to be able to sort of guide you through, setting up a business at home, or setting up the ability to work remote and choose the contracts from globally that you'd wish to work with. It's about how to protect yourself. It's about how to do those contracts, how to get paid safely. How to go about actually activating that space. I saw a tweet from Daniel Priestley earlier today, or it might be yesterday now. All the days are rolling into one. And it said that there's two types of people in this world: the people who are busy converting some room in their house into a sort of makeshift TV studio, and the people that aren't. And ultimately, I think you need to give some consideration to your environment if you're going to be working remotely with people who, aren't necessarily used to your accent, aren't used to your way of doing business. You need to position yourself somewhere nice and quiet. If you're going to be on video, you need to be somewhere bright, somewhere that people can see you. You don't need a big fancy setup to be able to do this. That the phones in most of our pockets are more than sufficient. But it's just about giving these things consideration, and we'll go through all of that on the webinar on Friday. The webinar is completely free, so feel free to jump on board and join us, and we'll touch on that and loads of other really juicy stuff.
I wonder. I hope everybody knows the Facebook group that we are talking about. We will drop the link to the Facebook group in the comment section. But if not, just look for Remote Work Revolution on Facebook. Just search for it, and you will be able to get to it. Is there a link on the website as well, Phil, on Remote?
Yeah. If there's not right now, it'll certainly be going live in the updates in the morning. Yeah, there's going to be links all over there, but they're currently all over my social media feeds as well. So those of you who are watching this on my Twitter feed or LinkedIn feed, the links will be in the comments below, and I'm sure Manoj will do the same for YouTube and for Facebook.
Yeah, cool. All right, great. See you guys, and keep safe and stay healthy.
Yeah, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you on Friday.